Last time on Arcane Corps, Gifts of Fear.
I'll tell you what. Marcus, would you mind? Would you mind joining our newly promoted manager Jademba to the scene while I have a quick word with Ez about a thing I'm kind of curious about?
Raises an eyebrow. Okay, that wasn't cryptic at all. Sure.
Will you two speak to the other team?
We can if you would like us to.
Yeah, manager in
My
training.
communication skills are not always good.
Hey, Ez,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not that that's necessarily any of my business, and I'm sure it isn't, but I will say this. One, be careful out there. And two, if you need backup, please let us know. As we have learned from our recent debriefing, doing things by ourselves is kind of dangerous.
Like stops on like the midway point between stairs. Like, so like, oh, you're not fully to the next floor. Where is that coming from?
Reading self-help books and all of that other stuff, and talking about the importance of not handling life struggles on our own.
I appreciate it. I wasn't planning on going like full like solo or anything like that.
Good. I'm gonna hold you to that, by the way.
Okay. I wasn't expecting to have like you know what am I talking about? You're into moon shit. You're into divination and tarot cards. Of course you're worried about my spiritual well-being and health.
I assume that this is one of the days where it's probably better to get straight to the point. So,
You are right.
we're here to do a little bit of research.
I would like it if you introduce yourself before you start just getting to the point. I'm Reggie, and you are?
I'm Orpheustera, and behind me is Ezra.
Ezra waves. I feel like I know you, points to Ezra. I like, haven't seen you before, but it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. And yes, this is a straight to the point situation. Like, shifts to, like, to fully face the table, elbows on the table, then gestures towards the other side of it for you to sit. And please don't spare my feelings, darling. Just get to the point.
I guess another question I would have would be, what changes did you notice about him shortly before his disappearance?
She like purses her lips and like leans back. So like that tension in her shoulders, like the clasping of hands over the table, relax a little bit. Probably like this is a question she was expecting now. He was a little impatient before. Like, he did understand and like looks over at Natalie, who was pacing, stops to look at her, but then continues pacing. Understood that like wasn't feeling too good. Natalie wasn't, but just wanted to get it over with. These items left a bad feeling in all of us. So I understood that, like in all my teammates. But I was busy with my own, with Jill and Juliet, doing our own research into one of the items. And I didn't realize he started until he let me know that, like, hey, not feeling well. I was like, oh, why are you not feeling well? Oh, I got started on it. Why would you get started on it? Like, we have all seen what these things are like so far. Why would you do that? But told him to go check it out. Told him to make sure he's doing well. He just looked a little tired, a little out of it. Best way to put it is like he seemed like either had a headache or fatigue or something, but he didn't complain about pain. or anything. It wasn't something I was 100% worried about at the time because, hey, Natalie went and wasn't feeling right. Maybe he wasn't feeling great either. So I was hoping that I would find him at the medical bay with her. But I checked his workstation. Most of his stuff was left behind. He was gone. And music box was gone. Pocket, and it's like, where did I put it? You hear the dings. You pull out your phones, both of you, eventually together at the same time. You're like, here I am. This is what it is. And Theo has sent the message, like, by the way, cleaner, one of the cleaners that was at the scene, that was the initial person checking in, is Malcolm Henry. There was a team of cleaners of like 3 to 4 people. But Malcolm's the only one that is okay with going back.
They pass to Terry the items from the desk that they have.
You have keys.
Found.
You have a set of keys that was on the desk. Yeah.
That's what it was.
So you're gonna give Terry the keys?
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna pick this up later, but if any of this looks familiar to you, this is all I have right now.
Like, he looks at it, and he, like, the jingle, like when you pull it out and you give it to him, he's like, okay, keys. He looks at it. He does the, like, picks it up and, like, dangles it in front of his face, like that's gonna help, like, like over, like, specifically one eye. And you're wondering if he's, like, doing any kind of, like, enhancement magic or something like that to look at this. But, like, it happens really quick, so you're not sure. It's like, these might be, like either safety deposit box or, like, a storage unit key. Maybe. I don't know which one. Like, but I could look into it. I'll hold it for you. He... Like, and he's wearing, like, his head is down, so, like, clearly he's not on assignment right now. Like, he's, like, waiting. He was on his phone. And he, like, looks up, and he's like, oh, shit. What's up?
We request your attention?
What kind of attention? I do something?
Oh, no. Marcus Adani. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How's it
Malcolm.
going?
People call me
Janemba?
Mal. Don't call me Malcolm. My mom calls me Malcolm. That's weird. I don't want that.
Got it, Mal.
But yeah, nice to meet you. And you are, like, towering, looking up at you.
Janemba.
Nice
Can I call you Malcolm Henry?
No.
You're right. Yeah.
What did you see?
Well, it was just a normal, like, hey, like, check in on one of our crew members, find out if, like, he
That's
took
right.
something he wasn't supposed to take, or, like, if he was okay, right? Like, this is like a, hey, something weird happened. He left 12 hours prior. Immediately go find him. All right. Went in with 3-4 people. I was heading, so, like, I infiltrated first. I checked the bedroom, I checked the living room, kitchen, and one of my teammates checked the bathroom. And, well, they are kind of green. They just started this year. I think this would have been their first... It was bloody. It was a very bloody scene in there. And it wasn't like, oh, like, I don't know, like Elizabeth Bathory tub full of blood or kind of situation. No, it was...
Oh, so your partner found the bathroom full of blood.
Orphe, you and Ezra are left the core. Ezra's like on like for a while was like, I'm gonna run away from my feelings. That's the vibe you're getting as you're staring at the back of her head. Full descriptor of Ezra, because I'm not sure if I did describe Ezra before. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. But dark hair, very curly, like curls, like in terms of like not ringlets. What is it like kinky curls?
Corbin blue curls.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, we're gonna call it those. Pushed out of the hair, glasses. Again, like nerd chic. Is the vibe you're getting from him. And usually has like a sling or a messenger bag of some sort. Either wears like comfortable sneakers or Converses that have like the cushion around the ankle kind of thing. And similarly to Marcus, has sigil tattoos on his left like arm from like wrist up to like forearm kind of situation, and fingers. So that's his focus, or like his foci. That's what he uses to channel magic. But you haven't, I don't know if you've personally seen him do magic before, but and he's kind of focused for a while up until like y'all leave the core grounds. And then he matches paces with you. You might attempt conversation, or you're like, you know what? I'm gonna hold off. Let's get that food. Maybe like he needs, like maybe he's hangry and he needs.
When I catch him, I'm just like, 5 o'clock in the morning was the time that we agreed to. 5 in the morning. I wasn't expecting a workout today. In the middle of the afternoon.
You did not have to chase me down. You would have met up with me eventually. You know exactly which bodega I would have been at. It would have been fine. We would have met up. I would have gotten you like the drink.
What did I tell you in the staircase today?
What
did I tell? Staircase.
What about staircases?
Okay.
You want me to get you that bacon, egg, and cheese with Arizona right now? Or like, we're standing right in front of the bodega. We can do that.
Wait, first of all, we said that we were going places by ourselves unnecessarily, and that means not leaving people with stubby legs and bad fitness hygiene behind you, okay?
He's like, it was like at least maybe like 10 feet
out here about to sweat out the whole, like, do you have any idea how much the product is that it takes to maintain all of this hair? I almost sweated all of that out. It is what, mid-September at the earliest? What are we doing here?
I'm sorry. Okay.
I just grab both of his hands and say, the next time you can just say, hey, I'd like a break, please. And yes, I would like a bacon, egg, and cheese with an Arizona iced tea, thank you.
There we go. That's all I care about. Pulls his hands out, like his hands out of yours, to go in. Opens the door, gestures for you to go in.
I look at him mistrustful that he won't just leave immediately.
I'm not gonna leave. Scout's honor, cross my heart, and all that jazz. Like, just, I'll walk in step with you from this point on. I'm sorry.
I take very slow steps into the bodega.
Don't be an ass. And then just walks in, and leaves like lets the door fall, but you catch it kind of thing. I'm gonna say, because we haven't done this yet, and I'm gonna do it with the other two as well. Y'all are technically taking a break right now. So we're gonna do a recovery roll situation so that y'all can get your points back. Okay. So, because you used a bit, and I don't know if Jimemba and Marcus have exactly, but we're going to do it anyway. So, if I look at your Orphe, you have, it's 1d6 plus your tier, which is 2. So, do a 1d6 and add 2.
Okay, 1d6 add 2. I just need you to roll a 5, please. It rolled a 3. So, a total of 5. I guess that counts.
That counts. All right, so you have 5 points to play around with. So, you could put it into... 5
points to play around with?
Yeah, so you could put 3 in one, 2 in another. You could put all 5.
Do those go into these number squares?
Yeah. So if
okay, in that case, I'm gonna put 2 here, and I'm going to put 3 here.
Awesome. Cool. Nice recovery. That was an action, so not a lot of time passed. So like y'all check out the bodega. You get your bacon, egg, cheese sandwiches made like freshly made. You pet the cat because there is a cat in that bodega, a very fluffy, like brown tabby that has like a snaggle tooth and has like a very chain smoker-esque meow, kind of meow, very croaky, crickety. You scritch it under its jaw. Technically, this is also, since it's like a full recovery, because you're taking some time, you're eating. Let's say you hang out in front of the bodega, you pet the cat. That's a very good point that you said that, actually, because that adds on to other things. Let me just double check something. It alleviates stress too. Since you ate, you can alleviate 3 points immediately. So like you no longer have any stress, period. But if you had more stress for some reason, you interacted with a cat, you interacted with a pet, that would have been an extra point. So yeah, like you like, because cats and dogs and like fluffy friends and critters make you feel better. And that helped Ezra too. Like very much calmed down. He did apologize. He did mean it, but like he needed to like dip. He needed a minute. So he's feeling a little bad, but like bacon, egg, and cheese and hanging out with like a friend and a cat helps. And from there, I'm going to say that like y'all comfortably walk side by side and the rest of the way to meet up with, because or like a message was sent out where the location was, where y'all are all meeting for Andy's event.
Take the time to explain to Ezra. So, right, about this and Ledger Domain. Here's this book.
Okay.
Like, I think like it's just a thing of just like, how do you just draw things out of thin air and it's always just like Ledger Domain because it's a good way to keep people out of things.
I know you're doing. I also want to let you know, like, I know you're doing Ledger Domain, and I know it costs points, but I'm not counting these because you're literally just like sleight of hand magic tricking this right now. If you're doing something in a hard situation, then I will. I just wanted to let you know that, like, so I'm like, it does cost 1 speed point, but
here's the thing, like, worth it though. I would, but I would just spend the points just because it's efficient, right? Just being like, so about the thing we're talking about, and where did you even have that? You know what I mean? The pockets, they're bigger on the inside, that type of thing.
Yeah, Ezra's like, the fuck? Where did this come from? And then you show the...
So, about this right here, there was something that Regina said about the twitch in the left shoulder.
Yeah.
And when I went to go look at it a little bit more closely, let's say, I saw this panel here, and I point to the last one. Andy had some kind of strings on him, and I'm kind of concerned about that. There aren't many things that could mean, and the ones that they do mean are not fun.
No. Oh. Okay. And he like takes it and looks at it thoughtfully.
We should probably talk. We're probably going to need to mention this to the rest of the group at this point, or like I think it'll make a lot of things about odd behaviors around him make a lot more sense.
I agree.
What I didn't get to see, however, is where those strings go. And honestly speaking, we should probably be very careful about finding it.
Well, yeah. We don't know what the item did. It probably set this off in the first place. It might still be active, and since it's around it, who knows what else it's doing at the moment.
Well, if it is up to anything or doing anything, that's probably how someone probably very much like me is going to end up in the Corps one day. And I put the book away.
Yeah, okay. Let's head out.
No, like I'm saying all of this like quiet, like because it's New York, right? So people are walking down the street saying all sorts of things, but no one's paying attention to anybody. So I'm assuming that we're less like having this conversation.
You're having
while,
this
like,
conversation walking, like you're passing the book, you're still walking, you're making turns and stuff. And the ride goes smoothly. You take public transit. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes from the core to this location. You're going to Midtown, Manhattan, which is in like the lower right-hand corner section of where Central Park is. So like literally. Like so that's like if I had like visual in your head, like that's where that little like neighborhood is. And we transition over as y'all are approaching. We have Janemba and Marcus who have the convenience of the company vehicle being transported there. Let's see. So following them for a moment, like y'all pull up in front of the building. I don't think y'all need like a recovery because like this ride was nice. It was like alleviating thing, but I don't think y'all had any stress, used any like points because I think some of you had edges that like didn't require usage. Orphe has been like going in going on hard. A lot of stuff and going hard. Mm-hmm. But such as them. So you pull up and you step out and someone gotta push the buttons. And you step up, you go out, and it's like this is a really nice neighborhood, but like the closer you are to Central Park, the more expensive. So this is like on the opposite end of this neighborhood. So like it's a decent apartment. It's like up to date and stuff like that. Like, but those apartments are really small. So like a 1-bedroom. Like, it doesn't take a lot for you to look through all the rooms kind of situation. And there is a doorman, you know, like there's a lobby area. Y'all step out and get ready to pass through, and then you see Orphe and Ezra come walking up just as y'all pull in. And he's like, what's up?
Welcome. As they're going to go say hi, Marcus just feels like a shiver run down their back, like, and like their tattoos just like feel weird. So they're like in their head, they're just, hi, how's it going? How's your morning?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Y'all found out stuff?
Not much that we didn't know. What have you learned?
Yeah. Oh, we found out a couple of things, and gestures to Orphe, like, did one of their sketches. A little concerning. And then you see, like, probably from behind Janemba, poking out their head, is Mal. And it's just like, what's up? He's like, oh, hi, what's up? Yeah. I didn't see there.
Everyone, this is Mal. Or the, Mal is fine.
Mal and Ezra exchange a look, like from like Marcus to them, and they just fist bump each other. Like they're just like, yeah.
They got history.
They have history. Like they know each other. So it's just like, yeah, what's up? But yeah.
We are to be escorted to the home.
Oh.
I wish to see the blood spatter.
Blood spatter?
Correct.
That's confirmed that there was blood spatter? And then, like, you see Mal nod. Yeah.
I just... Oh, wait. Okay, Mal is nodding. Okay, then I do not feel the need to intervene.
Yeah, you don't have to say, like, yeah, sorry about that. I knew things. You don't have to do that.
No, it was a little bit less that, a little bit more like, are we just out here spilling the whole can of frijoles out here?
Just for funsies, y'all are walking into the lobby and you're like, oh yeah, the blood spatter. And then like the front desk person's just like, what? And then Mal, like without thinking, is just like, we're talking about like the SVU, don't worry about it. And then like keeps walking. And they're like, oh, okay. Visiting a friend, no worries. They pass by. He's getting ready to say something like, oh, I don't know who y'all are. And Mal just waves a hand. And then their eyes go unfocused. before, as y'all are walking by, essentially, Orphe, of course you know what that was. You're like, solid. So it looks like temporarily this person is not aware what's happening until probably y'all enter the elevator. So like looking at the guy, holding a hand up, gesturing for y'all to come into like the elevator.
Very efficient.
That's what I do. And presses the floor, probably the 5th floor. And as it closes, his hands drop. As y'all go up. Elevator
Elevators.
music persists.
It's horrible.
So, the bacon, egg, and cheese was delicious today. I finally got one of those following our meeting. Very, on the way over here. Again, efficiency. Looking forward to my performance review.
How does that assist our mission?
One simply cannot do missions while hungry and possibly unfocused. A dangerous thing to do.
Efficiency is key.
Especially during so serious a case as the one we're on.
We gotta stay
I have
vigilant.
discovered that the scene we are about to walk into may cause your breakfast, may cause your bacon, egg, and cheese to come back.
Well, I suppose in some ways it is a good thing that I am somewhat prepared for it at least.
Ezra looks at you like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Marcus also looks at you.
I give Marcus a knowing smirk. And Marcus would know that means I know things.
I know things. Ezra just looks at the side of your face and it's just like, okay, well, I'll be fine as well. So no worries there.
I will say, you know something? I haven't really gotten to ask this question. Let me see real quick. Which one of the boy bands was it from the 90s?
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
It was. You want to know what? I think it's NSYNC. Are any of you familiar with their work?
Mal like nods like, unfortunately, yeah. Ezra's like, obviously.
Odd how the most random things are relevant to, other things we might be doing.
Is this music what we are listening to in the elevator?
Oh God, no.
Not. Elevator music version of Backstreet's Back, all right.
Wait a minute. Is this Kingdom Hearts?
Like Ezra like looks up at the ceiling.
Simple and clean.
What was it like Dearly Beloved? Like that sound of like the piano like going off. Like,
Oh my
like,
goodness.
oh God. Like Ezra says looking up as the doors open. And y'all walk through, like, it's like the standard apartment hallway. It's clean, like there's like those like cigarette garbage disposal situations on like every few feet where people can like discard smoke and or trash. And as you're walking, Orphe, your phone rings and you look down. Ezra's like right next to you, and he's not trying to be snoopy. Like that's not what he's doing. He just kind of glanced down quickly to see like, oh yeah, someone's calling you. But you see Theo across the screen is the name of it, and he just double take and then looks at you and he's like, what's going on?
This is where I just shrug and go,
Are you in trouble or something?
oh God, I hope not. Well, wait, hold on. I can't be. He sent me all the way out. If he sent me all the way out here to fuss at me from the office where I wouldn't be able to walk up to him and give him a piece of my mind, I'm actually going to be upset.
That doesn't sound like him. Like he says, like thinking about it. It's well, not my business. He was doing like employee reviews or some shit, so like maybe he was doing something like that. But we're checking in with you. That's about it. But you take the call and we'll get started. We won't go too far ahead of you.
Okay, but you promised.
I
You
promise. I'm not going to be solo. You know, look at Janemba. Janemba's not going to leave me alone.
Meanwhile, Janemba already down like a hallway and around the corner.
Marcus is paused halfway between the door and Marcus is like, yeah, where are they? What's good? It's like, yeah, like we're all a team. We're not leaving the scene until we all leave together.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll just hopefully this will only take a minute.
Okay, then yeah.
Hey, Theo.
Yeah. So you take the phone call, you say, hey, Theo, and you start walking. Probably like there's like an alcove area on the same floor or somewhere that you can like set up to have that conversation. And Ezra like looks after you, eyebrows raised before like shaking his head and then following up with everybody else. Y'all get to the door, Andy's apartment. It is floor 5. What is that? Like not floor, like room 5F. Because I was gonna like give it like a that kind of combination of number and letter. Y'all have walked decent amount where like, hey, it's not A or B. So it's F. And Mal pulls out keys. It's probably Andy's keys, spare keys that were probably taken from the inside of the apartment. And he unlocks it. Opens the door. And it's partially light in here, not because of lights flicked on, but like window, like there's nothing blocking the windows, like they got everything got pushed out. Or like the blinds are like partially opened. So natural lighting, not too light in here. There's a stale feeling in the air that y'all are privy to or aware of. It's stasis magic. It's kind of preserved the scene so that like nothing has changed. It looks around. You can see like a faint, like light yellow ambient glow that kind of indicates that like it's been paused in a way. And then like he waves his hand again, and then like it goes back to like not muted colors, normal colors. So you can see that like, hey, life and air has resumed as normal in this place. Again, not usually seen unless it's like a crime scene related situation or like, hey, we need to find out what happened and keep it and preserve the scene. And he lets you in and then looks, sees that like Orphe like left. Ezra explains what happened to all of you. Closes the door behind you. Like, all right, I'm going to stand here. Like, my job as cleaner is to make sure that no one like enters or anything like that. Keep an eye out for everything. If I have any questions, I'm right here. So.
Very well. Let us go see the bathroom.
All right. So, it's very obvious. It's like one of the first things you see, but it's like there's an island kitchen kind of connected to everything else. Nothing's really cutting anything off. And past that, you see the bathroom. It's like like halfway between things, essentially. The door is partially open. There's like a light glow, probably from like a light or something like that, like a night light or something that like if people want to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. It's a greenish glow. And then as you start to slowly approach, you see just like the streaks of upward like blood hitting the wall, essentially. And you're like, oh, okay. A little bit of blood, and then you get further in. I don't know who's leading the charge here.
Janemba.
Yeah.
Janemba is like leading the charge, being very leader-esque. Opening the door with your shoulder, just like enough so like not putting hands on it. And then you see the scene described by Mal, which was like blood splatter on everything. Over the tub. Like, it doesn't look like it got filled with blood. Maybe it drained, or got drained. but no surface on the inside of the tub is white or porcelain anymore. It's just like the tops of it, maybe like little like bits there. And you do see like viscera, so that could be anything from like meat, muscle, innards, things like that. Not descript. You're not entirely sure. It could be just like left behind stuff. That's what I'll say that you see so far at a first glance. Ezra like makes a noise, like oh, like kind of thing. But that's the only noise he makes.
What direction is the blood spray? Like down? Like is there like angles to it? And does it look like a slash and spray, or like a bullet to splatter? Mm-hmm.
This is this is going to be a what is it called again? Perception skill check for me. Or if you have like an ability of some sort. That, like,
of course, I don't.
I was going to ask. I was like, I don't think so, but like, man, I don't know. It's like,
thank you for trying.
I was trying. You don't have you're not trained in this. You're just like levels, so you don't get any like buffs. So the level is 4. So you need to hit 12.
Oh, I rolled a 12.
Nice. So you met it.
I didn't think that was going to be okay. Nicely
done. So you have a moment of like, I just need to know the information really quick right now. And you're like, no, that's not what Theo wants from me right now. I need to be on top of my stuff. I need to be centered and I need to focus. And then you do. So you look at the tub itself. You look at like, okay, it looks like you're a demon from hell. So
I've seen some stuff.
You've seen some stuff. You've I don't know if you've participated in any form of like torment, torture, or anything similar.
The early years, it wasn't a part. Right. It was voluntold, you know.
I got it. Okay, yeah, that's fair and valid. But you kind of can guess like what happened here. There is like on the rim of the bathroom, like the
bathtub.
The bathtub. There you go. It looks like someone either sat or was leaned against, and from there, because you kind of angle your body perfectly to look, like sat there, stood very still, and from this point was the person that got slashed at.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it was purposefully meant to make a splatter pattern in the left direction, in the right direction, in the downward direction, in the left direction. It was meant to like purposefully splatter in like a square pattern from behind this person. And that in itself is very particular and
very ritualistic.
Yeah, very ritualistic. You're getting the vibe of. And I'm trying to see if like you can get a little bit more. You got a 12. So I would say that like again, demon from hell. So you know what this is. The intention of this visual was.
Is this a bloodletting?
This is a bloodletting?
You're like giving bloodletting vibes.
Maybe. You're getting the vibe that whoever set this up this way was meant for it to look unsettling on purpose to whoever saw this to make them feel a certain way. Because this is like the first room you can enter when you first enter, and when I believe Orphe had like looked this up, when they had their premonition, the door was already like partially open, like to just give enough to like pique curiosity to look at this. This was meant to be a display for whoever entered in the first place.
This blood is merely for show.
What do you mean?
The way that this is set up, you don't harm or kill somebody with those kind of cuts. You could drain a person. There is a bathtub. But all of this? Fanciful.
So what, to put it on display to show why? Like who's this for? Like
Us. Who else would see it?
fair.
You're saying that they know. They know of us, and we would be the ones curious enough to keep this. Okay. And they turn down and write that down in that little notepad.
Cool. Ezra is like looking like in detail, like, is there more than this? Like,
Let us examine other rooms. I am curious. Keep an eye out for burnt candles, salt circles, and the like.
you think there was a summoning or something?
Perhaps. Or perhaps worse.
Oh yeah, we love worse. Like walks away, like as like, but taking the directive. What room are you deciding to examine? So like each one of you have a room. So like you can either check out the crime scene a little bit more thoroughly because you saw the display at the very least. If there's a specific question you want to ask about that, you can. But obviously there's a whole like apartment to look at. So give me a room that you'd like to check out.
I think if there's like a living room or entertainment room, like something like that, Janemba would definitely check out. I feel like that's where there's the most open space, if there's, any kind of open space in a house like this or an apartment like this.
Living room and
Bedroom.
okay.
Yep.
We are gonna start with Marcus. You're going to the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as everyone splits off, you go to the bedroom, you walk down the hallway. Describe how you're approaching, what you're keeping an eye on, what are your processes here?
Just first when he comes up to, if it's upstairs, he's like looking for the walls for that faint mark that people have lived here, dirty hands on the walls that add up after a while, the path on the carpet that is consistent. And when he comes to the door, he's trying to understand, like, okay, where would someone like Andy hide something?
That's a good question. So where would Andy hide a thing? Okay, cool. Is this once you're in the bedroom or like on the way to?
Yeah, that's his method to the room to see that path.
I see. Okay.
And then, yep.
So while you're walking, you're trying to put your head in the mind of Andy a little bit. You do see like, I'm trying to think, like he does this thing that you're noticing. Some people do this when they're taking a corner. Quickly, they like scuff the corner as they're turning. So like his left shoulder, like he would scuff entering his bedroom, and or right shoulder leaving. So like I'm gonna take the corner quickly, like as his type. So you do see like over the course of he's lived here 2 years maybe. You see like a little bit of like fading from that. Like it's very minor, but it's there. And upon entering, seeing that flow, like he kind of favored the walls a little bit. So essentially, if he's turning in, he's favoring the left-hand part of the room. So that's where all of his stuff is. So like, like his dresser drawers, his like all this other stuff. You're not gonna have to roll for this one because you kind of see this immediately upon entering the bedroom. You see like the top two drawers of like the chest of drawers that was like on the top, like his dresser pulled out and emptied. And you see on the bed like those t-shirts. There's like a whole bunch of t-shirts, a whole bunch of like cotton like light fabric related items that were probably in the dresser have been ripped, and not ripped like apart, like not like it looks like methodically ripped, whether by scissor, by hand, together into strips. And there's only a few remnants of it, like maybe like 5 or 6 left on the bed, but you can kind of put 2 and 2 together that like shirts were taken out and ripped in a methodical pattern because they're both empty. You're not sure where the rest are, but that might have been what was left over, kind of like randomly, sporadically on the end of the bed. So to answer your question, I will have you roll, but you do know that like he is favored the left-hand side of his bedroom to put things. So I'm going to have you roll, or if there's an ability that you have that might help you, you can use that too.
Yeah, I was going to do scan.
Cool. And I don't think you need to spend points for that because you have also a 2-inch because you're an occultist, and that's awesome. That makes sense. So same thing happens. It's kind of like energy pulsed out. Do like a third eye view kind of like what's going on, and then comes back to you. A shiver goes up your spine. And it seems like there's a hidden compartment in the same drawer, like dresser drawer, the third drawer. It looks like it got partially opened a little bit, but not fully opened. It's like, and it's weird. It's like not even fully pulled. Like it's not like pulled out normally. It's like one half of it is pulled out. The other half is like pushed in. Kind of like one half of a body was like keeping it closed and the other half was trying to open it.
When he had come in, he had messed with the cigarettes in his bag, in his pocket, and pulled one out to like just keep in his mouth. Sees that, tilts his head, and just, okay, look at you with little secrets, and goes out the drawer.
You go out the drawer and you fully pull it out. Clothes are normal. Like it looks like there might have been like some movement of like unfolding to get to it, but again, like that, hey, nope, we're gonna keep closed right now, Betty. Of a struggle here. You pull out the drawer. You move the clothes partially. And you see there's a false bottom on the right hand side of the drawer. And you pull it up very quick, like very easily. You like crook a hand beneath. You can see like a little like finger loop at the far back. You pull it up. And you see in there is like a pistol. You see what's it like? There's an emergency like manual, essentially. Not every Corps member uses this, but essentially it's like in a state of emergency, you can use these spells to contact, clean a department, like immediately. And it looked like potentially like someone, and you can put this together because scan is such an amazing ability, that like someone tried to use or get to this because they knew that they weren't doing okay or they needed help. But something stopped them from doing that. So this is kind of like a break glass if needed thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like spiritual alarm bells to send out to the Corps to like immediately mobilize quickly. If the cleaners were fast, so above, like what is it, like not above table, but like, let's say the cleaners were sent out 12 hours after. Imagine like you got home, and this would have been at the 2-hour mark. The cleaners would have come way sooner, essentially, if he was able to set this off. So you're like, oh, like that doesn't sit well in your stomach, knowing that like this person knew probably something was wrong. But you notice other things about the room. You know from the dresser itself that whoever was doing this, there's a little bit of a bifurcated energy here. So there's this lighter aura energy of probably Andy, but it felt like there was a struggle for control here. There's another energy that's also in the same spot. And it feels slimy. It feels rotten. It feels distant. Not fully here. You can feel the struggle here of control. And the only reason why there was a struggle in the first place was because this entity or this thing or whatever it is distant. So, like, not fully present. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And it blows your mind because Andy still was struggling with something that was distant.
Okay. They note that down. And if they are from like a bit of a distance from the living room, we'll let Geneva know, just, hey, when you get a chance.
Yes.
I've just found something, so when you get a chance, come here. I can share it with you.
Oh, okay.
Alright. And let me see if there's anything else I can give you in this room, because scan is a wide range thing. Next to the nightstand, there is, you see like a notepad. So like someone probably like, I love the mental recreation of a scene here. So like as it's all being pieced together, this is what you start seeing or piecing it in your brain. His usual behavior of scuffing the side of the doorway as he's turning left happens. He bumps into the dresser. And his right hand reaches out for the dresser, the third dresser drawer. You know, for like the emergency break if needed, item, book, spell for him to use to contact the core. Other hand pushes the dresser closed as he's struggling to open it with his right over and over again. And then it comes down, grabs his right hand, drops it. So it's like essentially like, stop doing that. Then the right jumps across to the nightstand to reach for a notepad. And you see that it is like partially off, partially on the nightstand. You do see like a pen very jarringly is on the floor. So essentially like, hey, they might have actually written something down.
What is it that they've written down?
It says, and it is atrocious. Like the writing is very bad. Like it is, like there's a struggle to write this. But what you could tell is that it says, can't control I, and that's it.
Marcus has seen that he's seen enough, and he's suspicious of the room around him, like the ripped up pieces of paper, the emergency brake being stopped, like, you know, trying to do something, and then this note. So he'll take like 2 steps back, like replaying the scene as he like scans from left to right, and then write down in his notepad, lost control, and then underline it. That notepad, whatever it was written, if he has, I feel like there might be, the company issued car has maybe like baggies or things that he could like put stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
He'll put that in there, and what was in that drawer, he won't touch it. The gun, things like that, he won't touch it, but he Hmm. It wasn't used, but there was a mess downstairs. Okay.
You can ask me questions to follow up because again, like,
Yeah.
unless like it's a very specific question, you scan this area. So like, if you want to ask something about the room, you can.
Yeah. Was it looked like they were going to use this. They were stopped in the middle of using this. Um when we had left the bathroom and come up here, like did it look like whatever was happening, whoever did that to Andy, uh did they know about what was happening in this like area, like the scuffed up carpet, things like that, maybe something that was off? um
Oh, did you know? Like, what are you asking? You're asking like
if someone knew about this other than Andy,
oh,
in the
about his.
signs. Yeah,
Oh,
about
like
his like
his. Like,
emergency.
oh, like about these things. Ooh, that's a good
Yeah.
question. Ooh, how do I answer that? Like, sorry, I'm like, ooh, give me a moment.
No, take your time. He's just thinking from the fact that downstairs had that scene. All the signs up to here has been, he hits himself as he gets into the doorway. Is there signs that someone knew about this already, or was this just Andy?
This. Ooh, this is like I'm like again hard to answer this question. That's all. Um, this seems like it was just Andy doing all these things, but it seems like the struggle that you're seeing. This is the only instance so far of a struggle of any sort. It seems like Andy got became aware of what was going on and was like, "Oh, hell no! I'm going to fight as hard as I can in this moment." And then that moment of like trailing off on the notepad was him losing his control again. You can feel a palpable realization of something bad is going to happen to me if I don't do something. There's a lot of fear realizing this. And it turns into like sour milk in your stomach of realizing Andy knew what was happening. Like what was essentially when he wasn't in control anymore, there was a goal of some sort. Like something was going to be done. Something was happening. You can see like, hey, they ripped up t-shirts in a certain type of pattern for some reason. All of them are gone, except for like a few strips. And he realized what that was for. He was realizing what was going on, and the fear suddenly spiked at that realization in the bedroom before it like quickly cuts off at that moment of dragging. So this was just Andy in this apartment. Yeah. You don't really sense anybody else. If there is anybody else in this apartment that you're sensing, it's like visitors from like before, like friends, family visiting. In the last 48 hours, it's just been Andy, and then like the feeling of the cleaners coming in several hours later. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. That is a straight up lie. You do feel somebody else suddenly leaving the apartment, but you're not close enough to that area. So not someone not entering, someone leaving.
Oh, feeling that he would make a dash for like the nearest exit.
Janemba.
What's up?
You are
hanging
in
out in
the
this living room.
living room area. Oh no, okay, we're gonna keep it here. I'm gonna have to do that in post. In terms of like fixing your cameras. For solo. And this is before like you get a call from Marcus, like I gotta talk to you about something from the room.
Okay.
So y'all immediately split off. You see Ezra staying in the bathroom, like swallowing and stealing himself a little bit more, but he's gonna do like a more detailed look. You hear him pull out like gloves. So like from his like sling bag so that he can like get into like not disturb anything, but like get in, see if there's anything weird under the blood or something that fell under the tub, like whatever that might be. But you're like, oh, look at baby trying to be a professional. As you go into the living room. The living room and the kitchen are attached, but we're going to say that you're focusing specifically. Okay, got you. You go off to the living room. There's a TV. There's like a not quite a sectional. It's like a couch with a chaise attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Blankets, pillows, like very cleanly person. You see coffee table, some magazines. Was it like coasters for your mug and stuff like that. Look like a normal living room. So, what are you looking for? Do you want to do like just a general like perception check to see if you see anything here, or if there's
The
something
focus was kind of on like looking. So the original Janemba theory that they had was this is a ritual, some kind of possession, and their thought was like that usually happens with some kind of connection with the underworld and whatever capacity. And I'm realizing now that is the Janemba can also realize this. It's not unreasonable. But the music box, that makes the most like clear line. That seems to be obvious. But like what?
Mm-hmm.
What to look for? I guess so it's like notes, scrap pieces of paper, anything
that's like
new.
an outlier, kind of like something that's just kind of out of place.
Wouldn't belong in like the average houses Janemba has had to see.
That's a fair point. Yeah, roll perception.
Okay. It's not my best, so I don't
know,
have
but
anything
like
you're
trying something new.
13.
I think that passes because I was gonna give it like a what is a 4? Like so like a 12, you got a 13. So you're good. You're doing great.
Okay.
So like you're still in that mode of I'm gonna take my time. Right? Like so like I have to be a leader. I have to take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take everything in. I need to be better than Ezra. That's me.
Yes.
And you got this. And you look around, anything out of place. Everything looks like a normal living room. You walk behind the couch. You look around the couch cushions. You look near the window. There's like a potted plant. There's like a lamp, a tall lamp in the corner. You look at the entertainment center where the TV's at. And you look at the coffee table from the other side. And then you do see something that's like kind of under the coffee table because it's like elevated off the floor. At a glance, and you're like, oh, that could be like a remote, that could be like something that fell, but then you look and you kind of do a double take because it's like flesh colored, but not flesh, by the way, because it looks like a hard item of some sort. And you're like,
okay,
what's that? And then like your hulking frame like leans down, and then you crouch, and you see something that looks kind of. You're not entirely sure what it is. I would say you pick it up. Do you want to say you pick it up? Or
oh yeah.
Okay.
Without thinking.
Yeah, without thinking. So you pick it up and you lift it in your hands as you stand, and it looks like a piece of like plastic, or like something plasticky. And you see like a plaster, one of the two.
Okay.
And it has like a dip, like a break of some sort, like it got broken apart. And then you realize it looks like the shape of a thumb, like like this part broken off of a hand, essentially. But it's obviously not flesh related. And it's like very like clearly like it was joined with like a mechanism of a hand, like of an actual hand. And you remember when you're outside walking, you know, like your glamour's on right now because you're out in public. You pass by department stores or clothing stores and you see those picturesque like mannequins like this. Some of them are more detailed than others. This looks like a detailed hand of sorts. And it looks like the thumb part of it.
Huh. We'll kind of like turn it around, hold it up against their own hand. Theirs is a little bit more monstrous, but with the glamour, it looks like a thumb. So they're like thumb. Okay.
Kind of out of place. Very out of place.
Yeah. There's been like no other sign of a mannequin at all.
No. There's not been another sign of a mannequin.
Weird. Okay. I didn't roll great, so I don't imagine there's much else to investigate.
Not in the living room, anyway. Like,
yeah.
This is like, oh hey, like something was like it kind of tumbled and fell underneath. If like I'll give it to this to you. Living room, so like the bathroom is like diagonal from here, so it looks like a lot was happening in the center area all the way up to the bathroom. So maybe something tumbled out and fell in that direction and was not caught, essentially.
Okay. I guess if there are little baggies, like Marcus had mentioned, that this will get added to one of those, and like you take a Sharpie, you write on it like what is it, specimen 0.4.
So, specimen 0.4. Yes, official. You hear Marcus call you and say like, hey, like when you're done, like meet up here with me, right? And you're like, okay, you're still doing your thing. You see Ezra come out of the bathroom and kind of put his bag down on like the countertop, like not the countertop, the island. And with like one hand, because like the other one, like he probably touched something. You don't see anything, but he's like, I don't want to transfer. Like opens it, like gets like his notebook and pen, puts it under an arm, and walks back into the bathroom. Very focused. Like he's on a mission. He realized something, and he's like going back inside.
I think Janemba might just a little unconsciously kind of follow, just curious about this this procedure. Like, what is going on?
So Ezra's focus. You kind of not go fully back into the room, but like enough where you can see what he's doing.
A few steps.
You see him like looking into the corners of the bathroom. Like so, obviously looking at where the trajectory is coming from, and he's trying to see if there's like anything else in the pattern. And then you see that like he's making note of something, like points in the room. There's nothing there, but he's like making note of like locations. And like writes it down. And he's like sketching it out essentially, and then he's like, okay, and like and stuff like that, and he keeps on like noting it. He's lost in his own world as he's doing this.
Yeah. Okay. Just trying to know. I wasn't sure if there was maybe going to be a reveal of like, oh, some more information.
There might be, like, if okay. Well, hold on. Let's see if you can do something. I would say another perception if you wanna.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Or psychology or perception for you.
I mean, I guess they both come out of the same thing.
Yeah, so it's up to you.
Things that I don't have skills in. But the angle. No, I don't think Janemba's necessarily looking to understand Ezra in this sitch. I think it's more of a, what else
what are you up to and what are you seeing? Like, tell me what are you trying to put together?
I want to see what you're seeing.
Yeah, so roll. It is also like I'm assuming it didn't do.
No, 2.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to check something. If it's a 2.
Oh, are there like fail rules? Love
I think
it.
it's 1 and 2. No, you're fine.
I hope so.
You're fine. Oh. Mm. Oh, never mind. You're fine. Yeah, it's a 1. But certain situations, yes, a 2 would have like been a thing. But y'all are fine. So
Okay.
like you're just like, I don't know what he's doing. Like you're just
Can't
like
see.
interesting. Okay. Like the only thing like implication that you might have is that like he's a magic user. So maybe he's seeing something on a magical related situation, like something a little
That
bit
makes
more
sense.
in depth. But it's either something that like you don't have the patience to try to figure out, or to like hey, I'm a magical being. I might not know exactly like certain practices per se. So like you're like okay, if he finds something, he'll probably tell us, right?
Yeah. And
Um,
then I think they know to now go check out what, because Marcus had called them over into the bedroom.
mhm.
And like Janimba will still be holding the part of the mannequin thumb, just kind of like out in front. Like, this is what I have.
All right, so you're out, and you're like, all right, time to go to Marcus. Marcus, you see, is like rounds the corner of the bedroom, and then like runs, like jogs past you. You're like, oh, it's time. Like, you like, there's a focus on this man's face
What
as he passes you.
is going on?
Yeah. And you turn and you follow him, Marcus.
Yeah.
You're the energy you're sensing is in that front room area, which is just out of your range. So then you do scan again to like get a better picture of what's going on. Ezra like stops and like looks over and like just doesn't say anything, just like raises an eyebrow, like watching you. And you get a lot more in this area, like a lot more. There is a lot of items that were here in the living room center area. There was a staging of some sort, so like parts put together. This took a few hours, let's say. Well, it took like 12 hours for the cleaners to get here. So this took like, let's say, with hyper focus of whatever was going on, 6 hours. Andy didn't sleep or eat during this time. Was just forced to push through. You see the distance of him going into his bedroom, doing whatever he was doing in his bedroom, coming back. You see that he's aligning things together, but you can't quite see what those things are, but you're getting the feeling of plaster and metal being put together in a fashion. You see a box being placed like neatly, like this is like a precious item being placed and tampered with. And you sense a rotten, sinister feeling radiating from this box. Like it radiates like sound waves would. And then you can see whatever was being made, or contraption was being made, start snapping into place slowly. And it's at least 2 times bigger than Andy is, whatever it is. You're not sure what it was, but the fear is radiating from Andy. And you're getting the vibe that like he is not in control of his body, but the fear is still palpable because he can't do anything about it anymore. Whatever fight he was trying to do, he couldn't at this point. And it followed him into the bathroom. Something happened in the bathroom. Put 2 and 2 together. Something else left the bathroom. The contraption can fold down into a very seamless, like a seemingly innocent thing. And both whatever left and this contraption left. That rotten, gross feeling following. And I will say that you sense that this gross, rotten vibe has a lot of layers to it. potentially. But you're not sure what you're looking for. You just know that it's just wrong. You just know that it's bad, and you know that it doesn't belong here. You're a magically inclined person. You don't know everything about magic. But you know that this thing isn't from here. You're not sure if it's from hell or from another, like, realm or whatever it might be. But you never felt it before. You have nothing to compare it to at the moment. It just feels gross. You can feel the feeling of bile, like, in your mouth. You're not gonna throw up, but like that, this energy makes you feel that way. You were obviously met with the obvious, and the implications were all there. Andy died in that bathroom. But something else left in his place.
And it looks like maybe Janenda has a piece of that thing in their hand.
Maybe. How do you react?
When they feel that moment of someone leaving, they thought it was like right now, this moment. Sometimes during that scan and that pulse, it's like they're seeing the scene, but they're also in that scene. So when they had rushed past, there is this like distaste, this disgust on their face. Seeing the window, all they do is just this angered, like, snarl or growl of like, fuck! And then turn around to Janeba and just be like,
Yes.
a little bit more, another string. Something went outside and there's more to this. This is not just Andy.